what else don't we know about you?
What don't you guys know? I think I'm pretty much an open book, but oh well. I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I have a 2-year-old son. He's going to be 3 in October. Um,
Oh,
yeah. Um, that's pretty much it. I love fashion. Um, I love God.
but you studied law at Babcock University. I went to Babcock,
Mhm.
by the way.
Are you
And
serious?
yes, yes.
I had no idea. Oh, okay. Well, I was on the
I
mini campus, so.
Yes, yes. I found out through Jasmine Foluke, because she
Yeah.
that's how I knew that you went to um
That's
Babcock.
good to
So,
know.
but why fashion? Like a lot of people are into fashion, but why are you into fashion? What's motivated you?
I'm good. I'm good with a lot of things. I remember being sometime in GS3, and then there was this cobbler that used to come to the house, and I now tell my mom I really wanted to make shoes. Then it sounded
Oh,
ridiculous. It's like, why do you want to learn how to make shoes? And then me and the guy who had a plan. I was supposed to go to his cobbler shop. So I've pretty much been hands on, since I remember. I was also the girl growing up. I used to school my tailors. Like it was like no, you can't do this way. It's how to get the dress done. So I've always done fashion somehow, and it has just been me, for so long. And then I got to do law. I love the law, to be honest, but it has its shortcomings which I wasn't even ready to deal with. I'm just like, you know what, I don't even have time for all of this. But then because I love the law so much, I kind of find the way that it works for me. So I do lots of contracts for corporate organizations. I do all those things because I love the law, and it's very important to me. I can say the reason I've really stood out is because of how passionate I am about it, and the fact that it's really not for the money. Like this is who I am. So
especially like in the fashion industry, do you think they are relevant?
every area of your life, a mentor is very important, and people need to have a conception about what it means to have a mentor. So people just feel like, oh, you should have a mentor that you are physically in touch with. It's not necessary. Not.
Yeah.
It's not 100% necessary, and that's when people either get their feelings hurt, or they have issues with relationships and things like that, or they feel like, oh, this person is and this person is that. I mean, it's pretty difficult to have somebody give themselves to you, and I think people should be grateful enough to know that there is even somebody that cares for you enough to even share some level of knowledge with you. For me, somehow relationships have just somehow found their way to work out in my life. And even with the people that are my mentors now, so Larry the Silva Jai is my mentor, Tokai Fanari is my mentor, and my Q Lady is my mentor. And they know, right? But I've never had a situation, I've never gone on. So how did we even start? So I think with Larry, it was, I used to comment on her pictures because I used to like her pictures because I really did love her stuff. And then she followed me on Instagram, and then she would like my pictures, and she would even comment on my pictures. And I just knew. So I see the stuff that she does. I know the pieces that she makes. I know where she is in fashion. And I just, brought up my mood board. These are my people. And I had my reasons for picking them. So Tokpa is a Christian woman in fashion, and she's always on and on about her God, and it doesn't affect her business. And I feel like Tope has kind of find the way to, blend that all in. And she's always, on and on about, her story and how God has, been like the source in her business. And that's really who I am. So I kind of picked those people because they really do tell my story. And then with international shippings, like Tope is, like almost number one now in Nigeria. And I know that I do that a lot. I have a lot of international clients, and it's always like, oh, zero fitting, zero fitting, zero fitting. Like a bride gets her wedding dress and it's zero fitting. And that has been happening with me too. That happens with me a lot. And I kind of saw the similarities and some of the reasons why I, picked her as my mentor. So I watch these people from afar. We have, some sort of, relationship, but it's not I'm not sucking up to anybody, or I'm not kissing anybody's ass or anything. It's just okay. You do this and you inspire me, and because they're amazing people, of course, the favor is always reciprocated. Nobody feels like, oh, this person is putting me down. And then my Q lady is like the absolute best. Like, she has been my mentor from like day one. She's always there to check in on me. I can put up a dress and like, this is the price, and then she calls me like, yo, Blessing, what's wrong with you? Do you have 300 pieces of these dresses to sell? I'm like, no, I don't have up to 300 pieces. I probably have just 30 pieces of this design. And she's like, no, change the price from this to that. You don't sell it at this price. I'm like, she guides me, and I just put up face masks for sale. And then she messages me and says, okay, that you should only sell a minimum order. You can't be selling, why would you sell stuff for 500 naira? You should only sell a minimum order. So like, I have, people that are invested in my life. And to be honest, I can't really say how these things happened. And I'm really grateful to God for those amazing, amazing, important relationships, because not every designer at my age or at my level can say that, they have like a relationship with all these, designers and stuff. But to be honest, it did not happen from a place of me DMing them every morning, kissing their kissing their asses, making noise everywhere. It doesn't happen that way. I think you just need to focus on your craft, pray to God. To be honest, some relationships in my life have been truly divine. People, it just works somehow. God just puts everything together for me, and that works. So with mentorship, my advice is, that's what happened to me. I pursued my mentors from afar. I knew the reasons why I wanted them to be my mentors. I wasn't being funny. It wasn't for selfish reasons. It wasn't for popularity. It wasn't for any of that. I follow my mentors from afar. Whenever I can let them know that, yo, you're my mentor, I do. So I just did like I did a newspaper interview recently
Yeah,
where
that
yeah, and they were like, I think in the interview, they asked who my mentor was, and then yeah, I listed them. It's like my Q lady, Larry da Silva Jai, and Tokoe Fanara. I did, and they're like, well, like, because they actually make fashion look admirable, in Nigeria. They actually do give a future for fashion here. And I put it up, and then they even reposted it on their pages, and send me DMs and all of that. That, oh, thank you. I'm like, oh yes, I'm your mentee, but we're still going to meet on the page. We're still going to meet like business in front. So I mean, it's good to also have that level of respect for yourself, for your business, and for them, so that everybody knows what it is.
so like part of why I started this whole candid conversations with girlfriends is because notion that girls aren't supporting themselves enough, and that
Yeah.
even when they have conversations, it's usually gossip or just
Mm-hmm.
talking about and or just nothing very productive. So
Yeah.
like, so what has been your experience with like girlfriends, especially with your business? Have your friends been supportive? And like, even in your personal life, like, how has friendship, what's your ideal friendship like, or what are your thoughts on friendship generally?
Yeah. So for me, I think I have just resolved that um, God has put certain people in my life because He knows where I'm going, and He just knows that I need the support. So my friends have been amazing. See, my friends pay the most for my services. My friends pay the most. My friends don't owe me. My
Wow.
Yeah, they don't, like, they don't owe me. I don't think I've ever done any free stuff for any of my friends. That has never happened.
Instead of me asking
Mm-hmm.
you advice you would give like singles, I would rather ask what has worked for you. Like, what top three things, like, what top three advice have you gotten in marriage that has actually worked for you?
The first one would be putting God first, and really working on your Christian life as a person. So if you love God and you are a good Christian and you know that you're supposed to treat people in a certain way, that would kind of guide you on how you should treat your partner. And then secondly, for me, is learning to expect offenses. So fight, I don't know, fighting is not a big deal to me. So I'm not saying people should fight all the time, but don't be scared about fighting. In the sense that he's your partner, he's your friend, you live together, you know, you have shortcomings, he's going to annoy you and you are going to annoy him. So it's not a big deal. And that's not going to bring me to the third one, which is communication. So when you feel offended about something, it's okay to talk about it. Like, it may be ridiculous, you may feel the other person wouldn't understand, but you know, there are all those things, there are all those many reasons, but it's really not important. If you're angry.
So she says that, what about sex? I heard that once your husband wants sex, you have to give him.
You have to give him.
Yeah, that's what she heard. But like, what's the reality? Like, what's your advice as regards that?
So I like to still retain some old school values, right? And I feel like those values have really so whenever your husband asks for sex, you don't have to give him, right? But you should give him, but you don't have to. And if you don't feel up to it, then it's okay to communicate that. I feel like if you guys have a sensible relationship, you should know the way to communicate to your husband you don't want to give him the sex, because there are different where, you know, some people can be rude about it, or some people fight about it, or you know, because the truth is, as you grow in marriage, sex is not something that you is like, oh, you are hungry, so you want to be eating every second. Sex is not food. So if your husband comes to a place where, you know, maybe he's just really tired and he feels like, oh, he wants to let off steam with his wife, you should also consider um, his intentions, right, for coming to you. So that's why I said I have instilled some old school values that would work for me, because millennials would say different things, and marriage, and you need to know that marriage is love and sex is also love. So if somebody wants to express that form of love and you are really not up to it, you can find a way to communicate to them. But if you're not up to it for stupid reasons, which may just be that you're not just in the, you know how we can be now, you're not just the one that is in the mood. I feel like you should talk to yourself or condition your mind or understand the reason why this person wants this thing. And then because you love the person, bring yourself to a space where you let that happen. That's how I see it.
Okay, so we're rounding up. I'm just gonna ask you these questions. This is like this or that. So I'll give you two and you pick which you prefer.
Okay.
Okay, so movies or dinner?
Dinner.
Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Tea or coffee?
Can I pick both?
All right then. African dish or continental?
Continental, please.
Flats or heels?
Heels.
Then finally, Spain or Dubai?
Ah, let me do Spain because I've never been.
Okay. Okay, then finally, I'm gonna ask you, what's your um give one advice to your 20-year-old self.
You are in the right track. Keep doing you. God has got you. And I love you.
Thank you so much, Bless.